Hi, this is Beebee. My dog Ruby's here with me. I'm all bundled up in my cozy bed. All ready to go. Bundled up to my ears in fluffy blankets and pillows because this is Love is Strange and I deserve to be comfy after work. I am having a extreme battle of the wills not to purchase a 55-inch TV that is less than $300. My wallet is crying. I cannot do it. I should not do it. I already have two TVs that were gifted to me as hand-me-downs from other relatives when they got better TVs. They're both like decent size. They're like 30-inch. I have nothing to complain about, but it's so cheap is the thing. But I shouldn't. I can't do this. So let's just focus on what is achievable, which is true video game love. Chloe says her mother, in the end, she understood. She wants me to be happy, kind of like what you said yesterday. She said she was the same when she was young, too. Her and my dad. She said with the gene pool I had, she shouldn't have expected anything less than a free spirit. Like a bird. I can't picture Joyce being the kind of person who would fucking do anything, adventurous or, self-sufficient ever. I can't think of a better way to describe Chloe. Joyce may have come down to roost, but the price women were meant for flight. If you say so. Chloe grins lazily up at me. Bird of prey. Then her grin falters and she comes up on her elbows again. What about you? Me? Yeah, are you a bird, Max? Her voice is light, teasing, but there's a serious sort of look in her face I can't quite decipher. What's she asking if we'll fly away with her? Unsure, I just chuckle, lean back, and close my own eyes. Sure, I am probably a house cat. There's a sudden tug at my foot, and I almost come unseated. I prop myself back up on my forearms and look up at Chloe in surprise. Her fingers are still wrapped around my bare ankle, and there's a searching, almost severe look in her eyes. I'm serious. Well, okay, sure, I'm a fucking bird. Seriously asking if I'm a bird? Max. Of course we are. Of course we are. But there's not an answer that's of course we are. I could be, I think. One of her eyebrows raise and her thumb brushes past the knob of my ankle. Ew! I try really hard not to shiver this time, but she grins anyway. Hey, one time, I think I mentioned this before, sorry, I tell the same stories over and over. I'm a very boring person, but I got in a minor bike accident my freshman year of college. What happened was I just panicked and forgot how to brake and just slow-mo collided with this guy's back wheel of his bike. And all it did was slow my wheel enough that I lost balance. And I toppled over onto my side like this huge idiot. Nothing happened to me. I just toppled over. And everyone was like, are you okay? But I gave myself a soft tissue injury that I had to go to physical therapy for because I was incapable of climbing the stairs. It fucking sucked. So I went to physical therapy. I'm there. The guy's twisting my leg and making me push on his hand and stuff with my foot to see what specific muscle group is causing me pain. And he feels up my knee because that's where the injury is. And I don't know what it is. They did an x-ray of it when I was a kid, but it's a calcium deposit or something. So it's basically, it feels like there's an extra kneecap just right above my normal one. And he reaches it and his eyes he was what the fuck? He was so terrified that I was coming in with a broken ass leg or something. And I was no, that's not it. But anyway, some physical therapy, leg stretches, and some ice and stuff, and I'm all better now, and I can climb the stairs, no problemo. But it was amazing. I should freak people out with that more, but it would require people touching me above my knee, which is kind of just not my show here. Anyway, I kind of feel like she's testing me now, or somehow. Well, I don't know if I am a bird, but I'd really like to be one. Really free, getting to see so much of the world. Going wherever it's warm, that's nice. And that bird's eye view. Max loves to travel. She loved being in Seattle, and she loved going to San Francisco to show her art. You know what I mean? West Coast is so fucking good. Anyway. When I glance up from her hand around my foot, she's staring at me. Her expression is curious, but she looks pleased, a smile tugging on the corner of her mouth, and I feel like I passed. Yay! Well, I think you could be one. I wonder how badly we can fuck this up. I don't have the wherewithal to try, though. She lets go of me and comes to sit a little straighter, both of us curled towards each other. Thanks, Chloe. That means a lot coming from a hold on. There's a lot of P's and F's here. That means a lot coming from a professional peacock like you. Fuck you, I'd be a way cooler bird. Like a vulture. Vultures are really cool. I know that people mean it as an insult, but their heads are bald because they stick their heads inside of their prey, and it would be a huge hassle to clean their feathers of gore. So that's why they have no feathers on their heads. And they, like, basically single-handedly prevent the ecosystem from, like, getting out of control with animal carcasses and shit. Like, they are nature's, like, hoovers. They're amazing. Fucking vultures are great. A+. Anyway, between you and my mom and Rachel, everyone who actually matters knows now. Well, that's good, right? No loose ends. She looks away from me again, lips curling a little. I hate putting it like that. Something's definitely up with her. I'm not sure if it's something I'm supposed to ask or leave alone. But Chloe knows I'm nosy, so I think she expects it when I push myself forward on my hands towards her. Are you feeling okay? She glances at me, surprised, and then away again. I'm fine. It just occurred to me as, like, we're going through the motions of, like, I sit up, I lay down, I look at her, I'm up again, and it's like we're just, like, basically doing crunches. Nervous? That gets her to look back again, and for a minute I think I've misstepped, but then she gives an airy, disbelieving chuckle. Kinda. I nod, trying for a sympathetic and knowing expression, but I must screw it up because she immediately shakes her head. It's not what you're thinking. I'm not nervous about, like, driving or where I'm gonna go or wherever. It's just... her mouth keeps moving for a moment after her voice trails off, and it's unsettling. I don't think I've ever seen Chloe wordless before. I've driven properly the entire vertical length of the United States at least 4 times. It's not that bad. I really, really like driving. It's like, it's soothing almost, and it's just like I can just zone out and, like, just be in my own thoughts and listen to my music and eat fast food and, like, be in my comfy leggings and, like, who gives a shit, you know what I mean? It's basically like a mobile apartment. I really would like to live in an RV, but they're so expensive to gas up, you know? Which I know sounds crazy, but, like, I love those tiny houses you see on TV. I know that they're not feasible for me and my lifestyle, but I don't need much. I'm happy in, like, a 1-bedroom apartment, you know what I mean? Like, if I had a kid, I guess I would want a room for it, just so that it could have its own privacy, but, like, I don't need a ton of extra space, you know what I mean? Anyway, off topic. Her lack of brain to mouth filter is worrying sometimes, but at least it's consistent. This time I have to lean to the left to catch her eyes again, and when she meets them a little wary. Then tell me what I should think. Chloe, I'm not mad at you. You know that, right? I just want to know what's going on with you. I'd like to get it, like you said yesterday. It's not like you owe me any explanations or anything, but you know you can still tell me anything, right? And I'll listen. I want to be there for you. Yeah, that's me and my friends. Like, we're long distance. We don't really talk much, but if, like, they were in crisis, they know that they can contact me anytime. Like, I'll answer. It startles me when she leans forward, not breaking eye contact. For a second, our faces are very, very close. Then she crosses her arms across my knees and rests her chin there, looking up. You already are here. Her calves are pressing in around mine now. Arms heavy where they're draping over my kneecaps, and I swallow. She's grinning up at me, cat-like and intrigued. Come on, I was being serious. I cursed myself for stuttering, which I refused to do, and Chloe didn't seem to notice. Just pushes herself off my knees again. I'm being serious, too. Max, it's cool that you're here. It's cool that we can still hang out and that you're making this time for me and being a dumbass. Being a dumbass? She just laughs at us because she's the worst. And stretches her arms overhead, flipping up the edge of the blanket beside her. Chill. Anyway, I'm in a movie mood. It'll help us digest. You got any suggestions? Oh, fuck. No. I don't know. This is an in-game reference, Final Fantasy. But that's what Max wanted to watch, and that's what Victoria watched. Or was it? Or did Max just think that while looking at Victoria's TV? I would say Blade Runner, because that's what we watched together, but there's no Blade Runner here. I think she would like Donnie Darko. But is that... I don't know. Fuck it, right? Product placement. Well, there's nothing like the classic. Chloe groans so loudly I think it hurts her. Dude, if you're making me watch that fucking anime movie one more time. Nope, she doesn't like it. You've only watched it once and you fell asleep halfway through. Better than it deserved. You need to let it grow on you. I'll let fungus grow on me before that movie does, but whatever, let's go. I fucked it up, you guys. She holds up the blanket for me as I wiggle out from underneath it, wrapping it under her arm as we head out of her room. We have a TV in her room, though, don't we? Whatever. We just lost all opportunity to make out with Chloe because we like anime. You heard it here first. I'm so jittery I can barely pay attention in class. Every time the light shifts, I just get distracted thinking about what it would do for the photo, when I should text Chloe, and what kind of angle I want to take. Even if we don't win, this photo is going to be important to me and to Chloe. It's going to be the last thing we do together before she goes. It's going to be ours. I was almost late to class today anyway, which isn't helping my distraction. I forgot Chloe doesn't set alarms, of course, so I just woke up to Joyce yelling for me and Chloe's elbow in my face. She'd only grumbled and rolled over when I'd untangled our legs, got dressed, and hurried out the door. So she's probably still asleep. Just as I think so, though, my phone buzzes. I have to wait for the teacher to turn around before I can check it. Meet me out front in 10 minutes. In front of the school? Yes, Max, in front of the school. In front of the school. I look out the window a little anxiously, but of course she's not there. Knowing Chloe, she probably just rolled out of bed, waking and baking as I think about her. My class ends in 10 minutes. I have another one starting up in 20. I know that Chloe knows that. I don't know what she's planning yet, and whatever it is, it's probably something totally irresponsible. Something Joyce would shake her head disapprovingly at the very least. I shove my phone back into my pocket and do my best to focus back on the lesson. I'm too old for Chloe's shenanigans to be giving me butterflies. I'm too dang old. I'm practically ancient. Chloe isn't out front when I hurry outside after class, so I'm stuck waiting for 5 minutes, checking between the road and the time, and worrying about class and Chloe in regular intervals. I'm checking my phone for the 5th time when there are 3 sharp honks on a car horn, and I look up to see Chloe's truck parked in front of the academy steps, her grinning at me from inside. Hey there! I hurry over, slipping my phone in my back pocket and folding my arms up on the gap left by the open window. Hey! Hey, bestie! Excited to see me? Naturally. That just makes her grin wider at me, and I just smile back, leaning forward a little so there's less of a barrier between us. Can't get enough of me? Womp womp. You really won't get off my case this week. First she looks startled, and then she sees my expression, which I'm sure is just a stupid grin, and she beams at me, scooting closer to the window so we're face to face. Don't pull this on me, Caulfield. You're the one who wanted to partner up in the first place. Because I knew no one else would bear to be put up with you. I think I read that wrong. She gaps. She gaps. She goes to the baby gap. She gasps in mock offense, pressing a hand to her chest. Then she just grins again. So much grinning. Leaning forward a little more. No one else would be able to handle me. But, shh. I was about to retort, hopefully with something snarky and clever, but then our noses brushed. Y'all! I hadn't realized she'd gotten so close. Out of instinct, I leaned back a little, surprised. Chloe blinks at me, then gives a nervous chuckle and leans back too. Anyway, speaking of, what do you say we get this show on the road? You seriously want to ditch right now? You seriously don't? Chloe, I have class in right now, actually. You do too, if I'm remembering correctly. You're honestly such a square. Hashtag square. I love it. I'm giggling at her unironic use of square as an insult, and she just rolls her eyes in my direction and goes on. I'm super square, and I love it. Come on, dude. If there was ever a reason to cut class, it's to do this. You're pursuing your passion or whatever, right? Don't pretentious art schools like Blackwell have an addendum that excuses absences if you're inspired or something? I doubt it. And your best friend who's leaving town tomorrow is telling you to. Well, and the sky is really pretty right now, look. I don't know if she's being sincere or just teasing me, but when I tilt my head back to look at the sky, it's really pretty. A clear blue leaching out from the faded pinks and purples of early morning. We'll find out if we're seduced to the dark side in the next episode. Peace and love, bye!